What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2. I know, y'all are getting sick of the Coral Reef Town videos, but this is just the map to grind right now. Being the new map, it's got the rare pet, all that good stuff, and still a decent crafting material. Now, I've been talking about it for weeks, and it is finally time to try out the gargoyles on this map. I have yet to try them at all. Now, my original thought was to go with gargoyles up there on top of that, and then try like gargoyles up top here and, some various points. But I'm thinking the way to go might actually be to backdoor them, a little backdoor gargoyle action. So let's just get a good old spawn camp, good old fashioned spawn camp going on here. We're using some werewolf commanders, rebounding strike, automation, and juggernaut. And we got gargoyles with anti-melee, anti-chaos, and defense rate, napalm gargoyles, destruction, and mass destruction. Let's get it. So we're going to just snub them off right here, right up front. May or may not cause some issues. We'll have to find out here. And then we're just going to go with 2 gargoyles on each lane. Gargoyles are a little pricey. So with that in mind, we're just going to go 2 on each lane. And in addition to that, I don't think, with only 800 DU, I don't think I'm going to have enough to use full buffs. So instead of no boost aura, we're just going to work on the gargoyle range. So we're going to get a destructive and range pylon in there. And then we're going to get a diffused buff beam. I don't think we will need, I have to move that one a little, it looks like. I don't think we're going to need the full power of all of, having a boost star and all that stuff. Now, I would love to be able to add one in, but just don't believe the DU is going to work out for me there. So we're going to go with something like that. Just 2 gargoyles, all the pylons, and then a buff beam with diffusion. Now, over here on this lane, we got that ledge right at this spawn. I think it's kind of a no-brainer here. That we just go right up front. So let's just put we'll put our werewolf commander down right there. Let's get a reflect beam in, and then how do we get up there? Let's see, probably from this route, maybe. Yeah, there we go. And then we'll just go 2 gargoyles right here as well. So we'll go something like that. That's going to keep the gargoyles far enough away. Of course, we don't have to worry about cyborgs with them way up here, but it's also going to be way out of the range of frost orcs as well. Now, with that in mind, here we got the double lanes. And I think, you've got these ledges up top that you can build on, up top of there, and then up top here with this little archway. However, this lane, I just don't think we need to. I think the way to go is just going to be to our werewolf commander like right about there. I am trying to get it into a point where it's going to block line of sight from hex throwers in the later waves. So I want the hex throwers to have to walk up far enough to get line of sight on that werewolf. And then we'll just go with something like that. We'll drop our 2 gargoyles like right here, so we get that kind of that backdoor service on both, both of those 2 lanes anyway. That, of course, would help for siege rollers. I don't plan on AFK on this one, but if you were going to AFK this one, that would be the way to do it. Now, of course, we could get hex throwers throwing at this core, so let's get a reflect beam down. And one thing we don't have throughout is any sort of flyer defense. I think the gargoyles may hit those flyers in that lane, but not exactly positive on that one. So I think we'll just throw a Skyguard tower in. We're close enough to that reflect beam to get the pylons off of it. Now that leaves 40 left, and we'll just go with a buff beam with that as well to get all jacked up on the range. So since we're spawn camping, I am going to throw an upgrade on all of the walls. Let's get these walls nice and fat. Throw in another upgrade there. We'll throw one here. And I think this being a double lane can use a little love. So we'll throw a couple of upgrades there. One on the Skyguard, and then let's just let it fly and see what we get. This may end in travesty. I mean, this is a build that I've been talking about and thinking about ever since this map came out, but I have yet to actually try it. See our gargoyles flying down and getting their little splody bombs in. Very, very nice. All of those free ignites. Gotta love them. I'm very curious in this wave 1. I don't want to really get in the mix at all on wave 1 here, as I just want to see if the walls will hold up. If the walls will hold up with me AFK in wave 1, then they'll hold up for the rest of the match with me participating, even though the waves, of course, scale up. Yeah, they're bouncing back, so we're good there. Chieftain, of course, are all over the wall, but they're ignited and just getting exploded by the gargoyles just all over the place. A lot of little go-boos coming out of that one. And this lane, I think I was possibly the most worried about, and it seems to have gone really smooth. The gargoyles taking some shots, but just nothing really bad. I didn't see it at its weakest point, but I'm pretty sure it never dropped below about 75%. So should be pretty solid there. So let's just go ahead and get our gargoyles upgraded now. We'll just do even upgrades around. Maybe slap another upgrade there. Am I gonna be able to get these from down below? Yeah, we can get them. So let's get a cut. You know what? Let's just go ahead and upgrade these one more time, since they're kind of a pain in the butt to get to. And then we'll forget about them a little bit. And then head on over here. Let's hit both of those one more time. Let's hit this wall. I think we can just call it good. Let's just see how it runs here. You have enough for one more upgrade. I'll slap it right there. I think we got enough time to get the upgrade in before too many mobs come out. Yeah, looking good. The Zerks just instantly, pretty much instantly wrecked. Let's see how the shark can fare. The Sharkin's getting a lot of shots off on the wall. But it is really, really low now. Just about dead. And the wall didn't really take too terribly, didn't take too terrible of a beating there. I still think this one's probably taking the most damage. Let's see what this wall's doing. Yeah, this wall looks like it's not really getting hit hardly at all. This one, surprisingly, is not getting brutalized too bad with the double lane. So I think maybe we focus most of our upgrades into this lane here. As it just seemed, that's super, super short lane. Seems like these walls are taking a bit of damage. Well, it's full right now. We got a Cannon Ogre rolling out. Cannon Ogre's just going to get burned away by that, by those gargoyles. Of course, the gargoyles aren't doing big burst damage. They're doing good damage, but it's not like big shots. The benefit you get with the gargoyles is you get that ignite for Draken Lords. Additionally, since it's a trap, technically, that means you can kind of put them anywhere. And besides having to deal with Frost Orcs and Cyborgs, they're going to be able to get the job done, no matter where you put them. So you can throw them right in the spawn if you wanted to. Of course, then they're going to get Cyborged on. All right, we got both of those fully jacked. Let's hit one more upgrade here, and then just let it fly. And doing pretty smooth sailing, really, overall. We got the spawn camp going on, so it makes the map run a little quicker. This build could be done super fast, since it's expensive defenses. We're not placing mini defenses down. I actually wonder if we'd be better. See, I think a training dummy might take a little bit too much damage there. I'm not sure. We'd have to try it out. But you figure if we had 3 training dummies instead of these werewolves, that would free up what? 90 DU. We could put a third gargoyle up here and then still have 40 DU left over to do something else with. Well, we could throw a buff beam or a boostara. So we could put another gargoyle and a boostara up here, but of course the werewolves are a little meatier than the training dummies. The training dummies do a great job at regenning their health, but that's their strength. they don't have that that brute force wall right up front to get through it all. Of course, the ignite from the Gargoyles removes the Drakenlord shield, as we saw there. But the Drakenlord shield is just not what it used to be, so it's not, it really shouldn't be a major concern for anyone. Your defenses are just going to burn through the Drakenlords without you doing anything at all. Just about dead. Goes. Malthius, however, might sit back inside the spawn. Now, Gargoyles will go inside spawns and hit enemies. In fact, they're doing it to Malthius right now. So that's good stuff. Get in there and get the slap going on old Malthius here. Sorry, y'all. Massive allergy problems today. We've got some nose blowing that's going to need to be edited out of that one. So, yeah, can't, couldn't wait. Let's just let it fly for wave 4. We'll sit on this mana and just kind of see what happens. But so far, seems like pretty darn smooth sailing, and we're able to get the W's. Now, if we did have a little more power on those Gargoyles and was able to put the boost star as well, I think that would make it more trivial, but we would need, what, another 120 DU. You could manually kill the flyers, and that would free up, what, 50, 90 right there. That would give you a little bit more love. But then, of course, you're going to have to manually kill the flyers, which that used to be the game. A lot of folks will remember many years ago, that was it. If you lost, if you were geared and you lost because of flyers. That was that way for a long time back in the Nightmare days. And, yeah, it was all about making sure to shoot those flyers down. We've got a Siege Roller rolling out. Now, this Siege Roller is coming from the worst possible lane for any sort of automation. It will get automated if I wait long enough, but do I want to wait long enough just to say that the Siege Roller AFK'd? I mean, we'll do it just for science here. But, you know, without a doubt, that's enough room for the Siege Roller to turn and get his back door out there and out in the open. We got another Siege Roller over here. Now, this one is going to be a different story. This Siege Roller is going to get tore up. Yeah, you see that Siege Roller's health is already burning. It's not even at the wall yet. Death there watching, but yeah, that Siege Roller down. It just exploded already. It looks like it didn't really even get a shot off at the wall. Or did it? No, no shot on the wall at all. And then over here, like I said, it's full backdoor action, so the Siege Roller is just going to get wrecked. Yeah, we got a bunch of mobs there right now soaking up a lot of the damage, but there we go. As soon as the Gargoyle can start taking some shots, it's all over for Mr. Siege Roller. There we go. Now, that one, the wall did get, what, down to 50%. A little bit below 50%. But still held. Still held. Definitely not in the danger zone quite yet. Let's see. We'll just dump. Let's just dump over here. I feel like that lane up top is the strongest lane. I don't think we really need to spend any more. I think we're good. Wave 5, so this will be it. And like I said, assuming we're going to be able to just make it right through this one. Lots of little shieldy goblins coming out. The Gargoyles, of course, are an explosion. So the goblins, the shielded goblins or vanguards, are not getting any real benefit there from their shield, since we're not using any projectile. Most of the stuff is getting 1 or 2 tapped, except the Chieftain. The Chieftain is the only thing surviving, and of course the Chieftain is nice and thick, but additionally has that their own buff that they can pop. See, we got our first ogre rolling out. He's got friends, but it should get chewed up relatively quick anyway. Shouldn't be long enough to really cause any major damage to the wall, but let's get a look at it. Yeah, that wall is fine. I was actually looking at the wrong ogre's health bar. Got another ogre over here, and he just died off. Pretty smooth sailing altogether. Like, the entire build, I think, looks like it would be AFK. The only difference is if we get a siege roller here from this lane, we're not set up to kill the siege roller. Now, as long as the werewolf could stay alive for long enough, the gargoyles might get through the siege roller if there was one there. That's definitely not an AFK or an ideal AFK siege roller lane. We got Gribbs rolling out now, but he's all by himself, so every gargoyle is just going to slam into him. Looks like each gargoyle hit is doing what, like 5 or 6 mil non-crits? Or is that with crits? It must be with crits. According to the tooltip, it's 1.43 and then has 97% crit damage, so almost double damage with the crit there. But there we go. There is another look. That one actually is super, super chill. I thought that might be a good build, but I just had a different picture of what that thing would look like fully set up. Ended up building it a little differently, but I feel like that was the right choices. I feel like that was the right choices. We got no seahorse that time around. Still looking for a legendary. I mean, I've gotten a ton of seahorses already. But anyway, that will do it for now. Thanks an absolute ton, and I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.